So I thought I would bring us a bit of madness tonight on this full moon evening. I hope you got a glimpse of the moon on the way in. So this is from a collection of short pieces, poems, flash fiction, etc., all set within sight of Sanjo Ohashi. And here we have Ukifune, you'll remember her from the Genji, sitting at the picture window of Starbucks, looking out at the bridge, doing a bit of stream of consciousness writing that she still calls handwriting practice. The rain starts falling, calling me again and again, and I come, as I always do, looking for you, or so I tell myself. I've always known I'd see you once more, run into you somewhere, unexpectedly. And the scene has come to me time and again, standing every hair on end. And when it was that I stopped, running away from this thought, this fear, I started seeking you out, is longer now than I can remember. But when that thought comes to me, and it does, as I'm slipping, drifting into sleep, I pluck it from the air and tuck it safe under my pillow. And it is here, always here, at this river, not that one, that I see you. And why that is, I'm at a loss to explain, but somehow, I picture you headed home to your Joe, coming back from some business or other over in Higashiyama, over this bridge, over this river. And besides, I've quite lost all taste for that other one, so rough, so wild. And you know I can't go back to that now. This leisurely flow suits me just fine. Yet, there are moments I want to dash myself into this river too. Of course, not when it's only knee-deep, nor when the bridge is thronged with people, but in a raging typhoon, when the river is wild and not a soul about, only when it is not smooth, slow, and soft, only when I, too, am in a tempest. But I won't. Perhaps I can't. And yet the thought keeps coming. One drop, then two, the rain begins to fall faster and faster, like a temple drum it calls. Can you hear it? The rain, falling, calling, drawing you near. It's these rainy days when I miss you the most. On sunny days, it's face I want, but in the rain, close, caressing. And yet, that stolen day, bright and shining, and me drifting in our tiny boat, still in pajamas, beckoned by the tachibana, verses flowing till the sun set, then rose again. That day was sunny, yet it's rainy days that bring it back to me. Surely it's my own fault for being moved this way by the weather and nothing more. But somehow I know that it is on this bridge, under a green polka dot umbrella, that I'll see you. And knowing that I'll find you, and knowing that I won't, I cannot stay away. And what would I even say to you if I saw you? When I mentioned how the wisps of our shadow selves still meet on some misty moor? No, this needs no telling, for this you already know. Often I wake just in time to catch a glimpse of those scallion shades still scampering about, not yet ready to quit the moonlight tryst, just before they slip back into the chest of drawers and return to the things they masquerade as during the day. I know I'd never find words for the big things, the important things, those forever out of reach. So I'd speak to you of small things, of nothing really. And I would not ask what wakes you in the middle of the night, or of those I had enough already. I think I'd ask you if you've ever spent the whole day just watching tulips. How they open little by little, laying themselves bare to the sun without a drop of shame, and then close just as slowly and gracefully as the day fades away. I'd explain why it's better to watch the sunset with a lover, even though you see this with the same eyes either way. I'd go on a bit about the little warbler that comes to my window in June, his song piercing the curtain of rain and letting the scent of ripe pruning tumble into the rain. I'd tell you how the scent of orange blossoms makes me dizzy, blinds me for a moment, the same as looking at the sun. I'd whisper to you about the couple sitting just there across the way, about why, as they lean in close, he gazes out at the river and not at her. I'd ask you if you've ever noticed how the verdigris posts of the bridge are the same color as the city buses, crossing back and forth, but only on sunny days. See how steeped in the rain, the everyday mask of those onion domes melts away, and they wear the deeper, thicker hue of passing years. I tried to tell you that it is possible to run too far, too long, and that, perhaps, being left alone is not what I really wanted after all. Books. On days when the rain starts falling, and after I've exhausted myself with flowing over the bridge, searching for your scent under the underbellies of the umbrella parade, I retire to this window, to cradle a warm mug under my chin and soak up its warmth. And now look, the steam that's curling up, caressing my cheeks, is sending back up to me the remnants of a little drop, somewhat resembling a tear, that just slipped out and fell right in. Books.